Oh, Tim, I want to understand what the plan is here. Are we going portless? Are we sticking with Lightning another decade? Are we going with USB-C? This accessory causes so many questions for me, and I tried to love it, but it's just becoming harder and harder, Tim. I don't know what I'm supposed to buy. I guess I'm just supposed to buy everything you guys make and then take every charger I possibly need with me. So this thing frickin' ain't helping. Let's begin. I'll calm down for a minute here, okay? Just gotta stretch my apple sheep muscles, and remember, there are things I like about the MagSafe pack, so that's what we're talking about first today. The materials team at Apple did an absolutely great job. If you're curious what the texture and finish of the MagSafe pack is like, it's very similar to the Apple Pencil 2. It's not glossy, and no, this is not silicone like the silicone cases Apple sells. That's what a lot of people thought this would be like, but it's hard, it's rigid, it does not scratch easily, and it feels great in the hand. Honestly, it actually fits better in my hand than the regular iPhone 12 does because the back of the MagSafe pack is rounded off, like the older iPhone 11 series and before, and that just kind of gently, softly sits so comfortably in my hand. It's like it's sitting in a little hammock that is made of flesh. Whereas the sharp glass and aluminum on the back of the iPhone 12, it looks cool. I get it, you know, they're trying to be retro with the squared off edge design from the iPhone 5 and 4 days and all that, but while it's not like unbearably uncomfortable, you notice it. Like it cuts into the hand a tad more, and it's kind of like dropping a box into the flesh hammock. So it's not bad, and the iPhone 12 mini is really light without it, so it's totally tolerable, but I may just say it feels easier to rest in my hand with the MagSafe pack on the back, although it does come at the compromise of the weight. It adds a little bit of clunkiness, obviously a ton of thickness to the iPhone 12 mini. It's more than twice as thick when you add the MagSafe pack, but it feels natural. It doesn't really fatigue my hand to hold for extended periods of time. I have been using this for about 7 to 8 days now, and I can say that the 12 mini feels immensely lighter when you take it off, but I have gotten to the point where this feels natural. It feels normal, and I love the way it feels when I'm holding it, and even in the pocket, it's not so bad. I can live with it, although it does not fit in my car phone holder accessory very well. I think it was just not meant to grip something so thick, and the phone mount I use in my car is just not strong enough, but that's probably my own fault, right, Tim? I'm supposed to buy a whole new accessory just for that. It would be great if it supported MagSafe. That way I could slap it on those MagSafe supported car phone holders that Apple has been selling and advertising for so long, but no, I guess we can't do that anymore. Anyway, what else do I like about it? I appreciate the design. I've seen the third-party battery bank options out there that support MagSafe. I know they have a larger capacity and some support USB-C, but to me they don't look as elegant and simple, and this definitely is like the most Apple product ever. Literally a white box with an Apple logo on it. I mean, that's pretty hardcore Apple right there. And I love the simplicity of how it just slaps on the back and how seamlessly it meshes with the edges. It definitely feels like this accessory was directly targeted towards 12 mini users because lots of people complained the 12 mini, it's small and people like that aspect of it, but the battery life is not very good. So you just slap a battery on the back, and I even thought it was cool that you can just pop this off and hand it off to someone else who needs to charge if they have a recent generation iPhone. And I actually like the fact that it's not a battery case because I don't like how those silicone cases feel, and I don't like that they only last one generation of iPhone and they only fit for one size, whereas this, you can slap it on the back of a Pro Max, a regular 12, a 12 mini, and probably the upcoming iPhones in September, you'll be able to slap this on the back as well. So the materials feel great. I think they got the weight really nice, and the rigidness of the magnets on the back is actually really secure. It doesn't feel like it's going to slide off easily. Never once have I been taking it out of my pocket or taking it out of the stupid phone mount in my car. There's never been a time where essentially this has accidentally popped off. Even if you apply a lot of shake and weight to this thing, it's not going to pop off accidentally, even with tight pockets, so don't let that be the discouraging factor. I've got a few discouraging factors you can wait till later to get into, but when I'm referring to later, I mean right now, because the main reason I don't like this thing is there's no form of inductive charging. I know that Apple pulled a super secret method and decided to bake in reverse wireless charging to even a phone like the iPhone 12 mini, which honestly, this has very little power to give. I don't know why they were putting reverse wireless charging hardware in here, but while technically only this pack can receive a charge if you plug a lightning cable directly into the iPhone, it cannot pick up anything from a Qi charger, and you cannot use your MagSafe pucks or MagSafe Duo to charge this thing up, which honestly, using it in my daily life, I've discovered is kind of frustrating, and it is a bit of a deal breaker because, for one, when I go on trips, the main reason I loved MagSafe Duo, and still do, I use it wherever I go, is it only requires one brick and one cable, right? That's just everything you need for your watch and your phone, and it folds up really nicely. I can slip it in my back pocket, and if I'm in a hurry to pack everything quickly, it's easy to just grab MagSafe Duo and say, I'm good. And honestly, before the MagSafe pack, I was almost never using lightning cables to charge my iPhone. I have a MagSafe puck on my desk if I need to charge there, and I have MagSafe Duo on my nightstand. So I've just been kind of ready for this portless future because Apple's pushing things to be more wireless, like AirPods, and showcasing MagSafe on the latest iPhone, saying like, here's another charging method, here's one we're proud of. Now Apple's actually making their own Qi chargers and that type of thing. So I thought this is the direction we were heading with Apple. Everything was going to be portless and inductive in the future. A lot of you guys don't like portless. A lot of you want the port to stick around. I didn't care what y'all thought. I just think Apple's heading in that direction with inductive charging everything, and whether you like it or not, that's the future Apple wants to be in. But then they sell accessories like this, and now, you know, the main reason I was interested in the MagSafe pack wasn't just for using my phone around the house. I have chargers around here, okay? It's not like my 12 mini wasn't making it through the day if I was just getting up in my bedroom, coming in here to work, and then going in the living room to hang out for a couple hours, watch Malcolm in the Middle. I didn't need a charger for that. The main reason I was interested in trying MagSafe was because when I go on trips, particularly when you're on cellular or 5G, that uses a ton of power, or you're using GPS navigation on the 12 mini, that's when you see the battery life tank really, really quick. And it's those situations where I'm out and about and I'm on vacation where having a MagSafe pack would have come in real use. Sadly, I didn't go on any huge vacations in the past week, but there were a few times where I was driving around the area, checking up on family members and that type of thing, and having to visit a few places with friends that I had never been to before I was using GPS a lot more regularly. And what I discovered, even though I had the MagSafe pack on there, was that the battery capacity was still going down. Even when MagSafe had a charge and it was technically giving a charge to the iPhone, the phone could not get enough juice from the MagSafe pack to increase the percentage. So even though the phone was technically charging, percentage is still dropping. And even if you go into Control Center, and bizarrely they bake this feature into the low power mode option, you long press on the long power mode button and then you click charge past 90%, because for battery health reasons they've decided with the MagSafe pack that once it gets up to 80 or 90%, it just kind of slows down or stops and your phone won't go over that certain percentage. And I turned on the charge past 90% option, the battery percentage still ended up going down. So I guess the 12 mini just seriously needs a big battery overhaul because the cellular modems or the display is using too much power and the MagSafe pack is just not able to cut it. It's totally possible iOS 15 could be the blame here. Maybe that's the reason it's not able to gain a charge, but still, I was hearing from reports that the MagSafe pack could charge up an iPhone fully, and I let my iPhone 12 mini die, so all the way down to 0, and then I took a fully charged MagSafe pack and slapped it on the back of this thing, and it stopped charging around 71-72% in there. So I was not quite getting the full charge that people were promising with the 12 mini, and on top of that, if I want to take this thing on vacation and I want to have it on the back of my 12 mini throughout the day so that I'm not worried about battery life and it slaps on the back, it's comfortable in the hand, you don't even have to think about it. It means that at the end of the day, if I want to charge up my iPhone 12 mini and I want to charge off the MagSafe pack again, I'm going to have to unplug my MagSafe Duo, plug in the lightning cable to my iPhone, and then I don't have another cable to charge my Apple Watch at the end of the day, which means the end result is I have to carry 2 lightning cables with me on trips, or I have to go buy some third-party brick that has 2 USB-C ports on it so that I can bring 1 brick and 2 cables and 1 cable that's just for the iPhone and that's not MagSafe, which I think is better than lightning. It's just so easy and I love the inductive animation and all that. But then I have to bring another cable with me for either MagSafe Duo or just for the Apple Watch, which adds to the complexity. And I thought Apple's grand vision, you know, with AirPower back in the day was that you would just be able to take 1 charger and that can pretty much charge everything. So the pack is simply throwing this wrench in my plans of saying, oh no, MagSafe Duo doesn't really work anymore because you're going to have to bring another cable just for the pack anyway. So I like traveling light. I don't like having a bunch of cables and wires that I have to take with me. Since the iPad uses USB-C, I already have have to pack around a USB-C charger and the MagSafe Duo, which is already more than I wish it was. If MagSafe Duo supported USB-C, that would make trips a lot easier. But simply because this doesn't support inductive charging, that means that I have to keep a lightning cable around, which I really thought Apple was trying to get us away from. I thought this was supposed to help a portless future, and the main reason someone would get like a MagSafe pack like this instead of a mobile battery bank is because it's wireless, right? It's inductive. Yay, it's so cool, I don't have to use a wire. I can just slap it on the back, but instead, you don't have to use a wire to connect it to the phone, but once you need to charge this thing, which honestly is gonna be daily because the capacity in it is not super high, that means you still have to keep using a lightning cable around to either charge the iPhone and then reverse wireless charge the pack, or just charge the pack directly. Either way is not ideal for me. So the fact that the capacity is a bit disappointing, it doesn't give me a full charge, and the battery drains even when the pack is attached, which sounds bizarre, but it happened to me. And on top of that, there's no black option, which honestly would have made this an instant sell for me. That makes it very hard to recommend. I don't know that many people that I would say, yeah, you should get the MagSafe pack. I guess if you're not really ingrained into the MagSafe future and you're still charging your iPhone with a lightning cable every night, and you have the 12 mini and you want to keep using it, and you don't have a case, or you have a MagSafe supported case, then I guess I could see the argument for the MagSafe pack. It's just really not good if you're trying to embed yourself into a portless ecosystem like I am, because if I did switch to using this thing regularly, I would basically have to get rid of MagSafe Duo and stop using that, because I would have to bring a lightning cable with me on all my trips and then have to pack around another charger just for the watch. So I'm overall unimpressed, and it felt kind of lazy for Apple to not really give it much of a capacity and not give it inductive charging. Maybe there's just not a good way to do that. I would love it if I could drop this on MagSafe Duo and let the Duo charger charge up the pack and my phone, so overnight I could just wake up to a full charge for both batteries, but maybe the inefficiencies of wireless charging would cause too much heat, and Apple doesn't want to be liable for any potential battery fires because Note 7. So I don't know what the reason is. I have to imagine they were probably trying to get this thing working for a while and they just couldn't, and instead of giving up and canceling the project, they just decided to launch it in July for some reason. But overall, I'm unimpressed. I don't think I'm going to be using it much in the future, and if you guys have had different experiences with it, or if you love it, congratulations. I'm happy for you, because I was hoping this thing would make a big difference for me, but ultimately it just results in a bulkier, heavier iPhone. And if I'm on the vacation route again, I think I'll just make sure to bring a cable with me to charge the phone, or spend $100 elsewhere, like on a mobile battery pack. Or if you really like the MagSafe thing, I guess get the Anchor one, because the capacity is much higher and it's like half the price. So yeah, I'm trying my best to become the good Apple sheep I once was, but when there's so many confusing signals I'm getting from this product, it's hard to like. But feel free to let me know how you feel about it. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you guys in the next one.